Hey there, this is Darren, day 221, I think. Did 33 minutes, and page count is 29, so added a couple pages today. And today was, I worked on a scene where I'm very excited because it is just coming out, and I'm just picking the end of one session what I'm going to write the next time. Like these ideas are just coming to me, so I'm like, okay, I'll just write that scene. I'll just write that scene, and uh, it's it's flowing now. I don't know why I was so scared or making this worse or tougher in my head, but I guess the mindset definitely helps because I'm happy about it. I'm psyched about it. So maybe I needed this break. Anyway, so this scene is a scene about Dave Fitzgerald, and if you don't know Dave Fitzgerald, he was one of the other comedy mentors in my life. He's a gentleman who started the humor boot camp with me uh, at the very beginning. And he was the naturally funny one. I was the guy trying to learn it and figure it out. But we started it together. And he was diagnosed with cancer. He um, recovered fully and was re-diagnosed again and recovered fully, and then re-diagnosed a third time. And that's the one that took him. Uh, and if you're familiar with my acceptance speech, he's the one that I'm talking about in the acceptance speech. Who had passed away a year before the championship. But this one was a scene where I went to visit him for the last time, and pretty much knowing it was the last time I was going to see him. He was, I keep on my desk this picture of him that his sister sent me, and this is when he lost so much weight, and this is how he looked when I last saw him. Uh, but he had such a sense of serenity and peacefulness, and his attitude was unbelievably inspiring. In fact, one of the stories that he told me that I'm including in this scene, though it didn't happen in this scene, kind of condensing storytelling as we learn. Um, One of his AA buddies came to him and said, why, Dave? Why you? Why did this happen to you? You sobered up and you got healthy. And Dave's attitude was, why not me? Thank goodness I sobered up and get healthy so I could battle this. And he said, I got 4 extra years. A lot of people don't have those extra years, and he appreciated every one of them. And it was it's like hard to argue with that. But he gave me this picture too. Again, it didn't actually happen in the scene, but I leave it up in my office here. And well, this is my buddy Dave and Robert Henry next to him. But in this photo, when he had handed it to me, he wrote on the photo that you have changed my life in a way that cannot be measured. And here I was, just an opener comedian at best, and here was a headliner, and in that world you just didn't really talk, or you didn't hang out as real friends. And Dave didn't look at it that way. He had such wisdom from the AA world. So it was, yeah. So the last time I knew that I was going to see him, I brought to him. He had always given me a hard time in an encouraging way about my persistence. And I was working on the very first audio product I ever created, which was Learn How the Pros Make 'em Laugh. And I did it on my home computer. I did the packaging. I wasn't great at design, but I had to do it and couldn't afford to have anybody else do it. And I was learning to edit and put it on cassette. So the very, very first version, I remember bringing it to him. It was just a prototype. I brought it to him and I handed it to him, and he took it. And he is, very frail at the time, and he looked it over back and forth, and he just looked up at me and said, LaCroix, you persistent prick. Um, I know that's not great language, but that was the dialogue, and that's what he said. And it's the last thing he ever said to me. And it was just his classic sense of humor that there was no greater compliment he could give me than that. And he and I just started kind of chuckling, and I was bawling. And anyway, so I wanted it was a crucial scene, but it also reminded me of my persistence, and that's the one thing that had helped me. So it's very different taking like 3 or 4 conversations and putting into one scene, but I can see how important that is to get points across. So anyway, long explanation for a short scene, but made some progress today and feel really good about this scene. I really think it's crucial to the film or to the screenplay. Although who knows when a series editor will look at it and what happens. But I feel good because I made progress today towards my dream. I hope it inspires you to do the same. Stage time.